I'm in France. Hi everyone, so I'm making this video the same day I just made the last one about Atlético de Madrid in Purgatory Falls. But this video is about my day trip to Nice 2 days ago on Saturday. It was super fun. I enjoyed it. It was a solo trip, so I went by myself, but that was perfectly okay with me. I had so much fun being able to do what I wanted to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the video, but it was so beautiful. It was so nice to see the beach again because I miss that. That's the one part of Florida I do miss a lot other than the people. So I enjoyed sitting on the beach for 3 hours, just taking in the ocean, the water, the scenery. It was so beautiful, but I will let the videos speak for themselves. So here is Nice, France. So the day began around 6:30 a.m. when I took the metro to the airport in Madrid. I went on this trip by myself, but I was safe, don't worry. And it was super fun to kind of just do something on my own, more independent, be able to do what I want to do, all that fun stuff. So I was at the airport. There, Niza is how you say Nice in Spanish. And I also believe that's what it's referred to in France. However, I don't know. It was raining when we left, but the views were beautiful on the plane. The flight was about 2 hours, and when we landed, the airport is literally right on the Mediterranean Sea, as you can see here, which was just so cool to me because honestly, I didn't know that. And then as we were landing, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So immediately I was so excited. I landed around 10 a.m. And here's us pulling up the airport, and then I had to go through, it was similar to customs, but they didn't stamp our passports, they just looked at it, which that was the first time I've ever done that within the EU. And then I walked around to my first stop. I took the tram to get there. It was beautiful, just walking around the city on my own. And here is my first stop on my journey. It was the St. Nicholas Russian Orthodox Cathedral. It's gorgeous. It reminds me of some of the stuff in Moscow. I have a lot of videos of this one. It was the first place I went to. It was really quiet. It was tucked away. Wasn't in a very touristy part because it wasn't near the water, which is where most of the tourists go. And it was really just a few people taking pictures. Some people rode their bikes there, which I thought was really cute. I considered renting a bike, but that was too much for me. I preferred the walk. So then I walked towards a little bit more towards the center. This was a pretty train station, and there's the French flag. There was construction going on, but it was still pretty. And then my next stop was the Notre Dame, not the Notre Dame, but the one in Nice. It was pretty. I couldn't go inside though because mass was going on, so I just took videos of the outside, and then I went to lunch. This place was highly recommended online. I got beef ravioli. It was delicious. Loved it. So then I walked towards the beach, which was about 20 minutes from there. This is the promenade, which is basically the strip along the beach. And then I made it to the beach. Their beach doesn't have sand, it's all pebbles, and it's on the Mediterranean, which was really interesting to me. And honestly, the pebbles were kind of nice to sit on. It was a good change, and it didn't get all in my shoes. As you can see, nobody really had on bathing suits. It was more winter clothes. It was 60 degrees about, but it was really sunny, so it wasn't bad at all. I mean, I wouldn't swim or tan in it, but it was very nice to just sit on the beach. Right now I sat on the beach for about an hour and a half, maybe. There's a bird I saw, and then all the little kids pick up the big rocks and throw them in the water, and I thought it was just so cute. So I took a video of some of them doing it, and there are birds all over. The rocks were actually really cool. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just different because I'm used to sand. But I enjoyed it a lot, and I ended up coming back to the beach later on. I was here for about 6 hours because my flight left at 7, but including like time to get to the airport and all of that, I had about 6 hours in Nice to do stuff, which I think was a perfect amount of time. So then I went into Old Nice, which is, the type of architecture you think of when you think of Europe. All these pretty colors, the pretty windows, and Carnival was going on. So Carnival is super big in Europe, South America, basically everywhere in the US, with everywhere except the US. So Carnival is the week leading up to Lent, and it's a big deal. It's a huge event. Everybody dresses up. It's almost like a Halloween type of thing. And they have all these events, super cool. So that was fun to see, especially since I know it's big in Madrid. I continued walking around. I did some souvenir shopping. See, that's the village, for Carnival. They had the Ferris wheel. It was closed on Saturdays, unfortunately. But I could see it from the outside, so it was okay. And then I kept walking around, seeing what I'd end up landing on. So it was kind of nice just to wander, see what there is, since there weren't really many places to visit. So there were cute little shops, cute little restaurants. This was a little plaza in the middle, and then I saw a gelato place, so of course I went. I got a bubble waffle with gelato in it. So delicious. Wish I could have it again. And right across was the St. Repertoire Cathedral, which was one of the places I did want to go. Apparently I'm like really into cathedrals because it seems like everywhere I visit, I see multiple cathedrals. Maybe it's because it's a big thing in Europe, but it was stunning. Probably one of my favorite ones I've been to so far, and that includes the Milan Cathedral, although I didn't go in the Milan Cathedral, so maybe that's a biased response. But the inside was just gorgeous. So many detailing of the angels and all the little features. I really, like, camera doesn't capture it the way, like, my eyes did. So it was stunning, and it was really tucked away, like I said. So it was nice to stumble upon this because it was on my list of things to do. So I kept walking. I went all the way to the outskirts of the city where those trees were, as you saw, and then I made my way back to the beach. How shocking. I loved the water. I went all the way up to the side to get this view. So pretty. So pretty. And then I took a video of myself. I couldn't really get pictures of myself since I was by myself. So I had a lot of videos like this of me just wandering around. I thought it was so fun. Like I said in my hiking video, I did hurt my foot, but it was pretty okay. It was sore after. But I think it was worth it to be in Nice and kind of enjoy this beautiful city. And I didn't do too much other than laying on the beach. And then I took the tram. This was the tram station. The trams are so interesting. So they're not even on like a rail. I don't know if you could see in like the sidewalk there, but it was cool. So I took that back to the airport. This was the view on the way. Palm trees, really felt like I was home. And then I got to the airport. I was a little early, so I went to Starbucks, got a snack, and just sat down. This was the sunset on the flight. It was gorgeous. I loved it. It's such a perfect day. I loved it so much. So much. And this was as we were landing back in Madrid.